Welcome to our Asian Star Trend channel. Today we have the following news, hope you and your friends follow along. What lies behind the frames? A love story as soft as clouds, as haunting as the moon in the fast-moving world of short dramas, one name echoes louder than most, Zhai Yiying. At just a young age, she has become one of the most talked about rising stars, an enigma of charm and talent rolled into one magnetic presence. But what is it about this actress that has fans, producers, and even critics stopping in their tracks? Let's start with the obvious. Zhai Yiying is stunning. Not in the distant, unattainable way of a screen goddess, but in the warm, familiar glow of the girl next door, if that girl just happened to be sculpted by the gods of current beauty standards. Her eyes are large and sparkling, her features delicate and symmetrical, her smile disarmingly sweet. She doesn't just fit the mold, she is the mold, but looks alone don't ignite the kind of buzz she's stirring. There's something more. Zhai Yiying delivers performances that crackle with authenticity. She doesn't just recite lines, she lives them. One moment she has you laughing out loud with perfect comedic timing, and the next, she's breaking your heart with a single glance. It's this emotional dexterity that turns casual viewers into devoted followers. What's most surprising, perhaps, is how relatable she feels. Many compare her to a young Jo Chen or Zhang Ziyi, actresses known not just for their beauty, but for their ability to connect. Zhai channels that same rare energy, approachable yet compelling, polished yet natural in a sea of hopefuls. Zhai Yiying doesn't shout to be seen, she simply shines. And in doing so, she reminds us of something special, that even in a crowded spotlight, true presence speaks the loudest. Watching her feels like discovering a secret everyone else is just about to find out. Zhai Yiying isn't just pretty, she exudes a kind of natural, effortless charm that's becoming increasingly rare in today's entertainment industry. In a world overflowing with beautiful faces, her appeal lies in how distinct she is. Her beauty isn't loud or overly polished, it's fresh, genuine, and quietly captivating. This rare blend of looks and aura makes her a casting director's dream. Whether she's dressed in sleek modern attire or traditional period costumes, she fits the role like it was written for her. Her face alone can draw the audience in, but it's the quiet confidence in her presence that keeps them watching. Zhai doesn't just play different characters, she transforms, letting each role breathe through her unique visual signature. And that's what sets her apart in a crowd that's desperate to stand out. And then there's her acting, fresh, grounded, and surprisingly nuanced. Zhai Yiying isn't the type to overact or chase dramatics for the sake of attention. Her performances feel lived in, like she's quietly cracking open the hearts of her characters and letting us peek inside. Take her role in Love at the Wrong Time. She portrayed a character who seemed delicate on the surface but carried a quiet resilience underneath. It wasn't just the tears or the heartbreak that moved audiences, it was the subtle shifts in her gaze, the way she held her breath before speaking, the invisible weight she carried in her shoulders. You don't watch her characters, you feel them. One moment, she's the soft, misunderstood girl that makes you want to protect her. The next, she's pushing back with unexpected strength, leaving viewers speechless. Emotional transitions? She nails them effortlessly. Zhai Yiying doesn't just act. She dissolves into her roles, leaving behind not a performance, but an experience. And if you're watching closely, you'll realize, she's not just playing the story, she's making you part of it. But Zhai Yiying isn't boxed into one type of role. Just when you think you've figured her out, she surprises you. In one standout performance, she played a spoiled, headstrong heiress with a hidden streak of kindness, a classic trope, sure, but in her hands, it felt entirely fresh. She didn't just lean into the character's arrogance, she revealed the heart beneath it, with precise emotional shading that gave the role unexpected depth. Then came Your Grace, The Princess Wants a Divorce, where she truly turned heads. As the clever and calculating princess, Zhai brought wit, timing, and a sparkling sense of control. She didn't just deliver lines, she maneuvered them like a tactician, letting her character manipulate the court's chaos with charm and cunning. And yet, there was no trace of overacting. Her portrayal was so fluid, so natural, that it felt less like a performance and more like the character had stepped out of the script and onto the screen. At every turn, Zhai Yiying proves Versatility isn't about trying, it's about becoming. When it comes to playing sharp, spirited heroines, Zhai Yiying is in her element. In Unexpectedly in Love with You, she steps into the shoes of a kind, resilient, and fiercely independent woman and absolutely owns it. Her portrayal doesn't just check the boxes of a well-written character, she breathes life into the role, turning every moment into something memorable. Zhai doesn't rely on grand monologues or dramatic pauses. It's in the little things, the flicker of emotion in her eyes, the subtle shift in posture, the warmth in her smile when her character softens. These aren't just choices, they're instincts born of deep artistic understanding. She doesn't act as the character, she becomes her. What's remarkable is how effortlessly she draws the audience in. You don't just watch her, you root for her. You feel what her character feels. That kind of resonance isn't taught, it's earned. And with every role, Zhai Yiying proves she's not just a rising star, she's a storyteller worth following. In The Runaway Consort, Zhai Yiying takes on one of her most layered roles yet, tracing a character's journey from silent suffering to fierce rebellion and, ultimately, triumphant transformation. And she delivers it with such precision and emotional depth, it's hard to believe you're watching fiction. This wasn't a role for the faint of heart. It demanded subtlety, control, and a deep understanding of internal struggle, and Zhai rose to the challenge. She didn't rush the evolution. Instead, she unraveled it gradually, letting every flicker of hesitation, every burst of pain, every surge of courage unfold in real time. The result? A performance so immersive, you don't just watch her rise, you feel it in your bones. Through carefully crafted expressions and instinctive body language, Zhai leads the audience out of the shadows and into the light, just as her character does. That's the magic of Zhai Yiying. She doesn't just play a role, she walks you through a journey. And by the end, you're not the same person you were when it began. So what is it about Zhai Yiying that's made so many fall head over heels? Beyond the beauty and the talent, it's her sheer presence and undeniable magnetism that lingers long after the credits roll. Whether online or in real life, her name sparks admiration, her performances invite replays, and her fans? They're growing by the day. But in an industry as fast-paced and fickle as entertainment, even the brightest stars need to evolve. The question now is, what challenge will Zhai Yiying take on next? A gritty underdog? A morally gray anti-heroine? Or perhaps a genre we haven't seen her conquer yet? Wherever she goes from here, one thing's clear, she's only just getting started. Now it's your turn. What was the moment Zhai Yiying won you over? Drop your story in the comments, hit that like button, and don't forget to share this with fellow fans. Let's see how far this rising star can shine, with all of us watching.